Hey guys, welcome back to Krystal Klear Ideas, and today I am going to be wrapping up the month of January in my B6 planner from Sadie Stickers. So if you got an opportunity to see my YouTube shorts, I actually received my order from my new addiction, and I actually will be using these stickers for my monthly. I'm super excited. One thing that I will say is that I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out because I actually purchased the B6 version, but I don't think it's going to work well because I think this goes here, but I don't really like it there. I think I'm going to like it here. So just rock with me. We're going to work some things out. It's going to be a little different, but welcome to my first monthly setup in my B6. Let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room. My pinky finger, I popped the nail, well, the gel adhesive, I popped that off because it was a little break in there, and I noticed that my nail started to turn, and I'm nursing it back to health before I get my nails done. So if this little pinky makes its appearance, don't mind it. It's all right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't think this is gonna, I don't think I'm gonna have to white anything out. I don't think it's gonna shine through, but we will see. I'm gonna go ahead and do a talk through and speed this up so that the video won't be so long. Let's zoom you guys in. I'm working on that a little bit better, just zooming you guys in a little more. Hey guys, welcome to Voiceover Krystal, and today we are going to touch bases on a few things. You guys are getting an opportunity to watch me plan, and in the video I'm going to be coming in and out in real time to let you know exactly what's going on the screen. So while we're chatting just a bit, getting to know each other, touching bases on some things, you'll get an opportunity just to watch me put some stickers down and kind of set up my January monthly. So I'm trying to do things a little bit differently. First thing I want to discuss is planning mistakes. And I'm not talking about, when you accidentally rip your page and you put a sticker on top of it, or if you make a mistake in your planner that can be whited out. I'm talking about when you actually are doing something core, like setting up your planner and you're figuring out things. And after you're done, you take a look at things and you're not completely happy. And you realize, okay, I made a big mistake putting this down or doing this. I should have had a plan. One thing that I will say is, as planners, sometimes we feel like we can avoid planning mistakes by mapping things out, but mistakes are going to happen. And the reality is we do have to learn to embrace them and to learn from them. And so what I will say in this planner, every single year, every single planner, I always have a planner mistake in every planner. And I actually learn from them. I am an imperfect perfectionist, so I'm always striving to be a better version of myself to reach my full potential. But I do realize that mistakes are necessary for growth. Change is necessary for growth. And so I am the type of person who is a lifelong learner. I love to grow. I love to reach my potential and be a better version of myself. And so I realize that change is necessary with those goals. You got to take the good and the bad. And of course, it's going to be good because it's going to reap positive rewards. So, with that spiel, what I wanted to say is when it comes to planning mistakes, I always try to learn from them. First things first, I know that I am very matchy-matchy. Everybody is not matchy-matchy, but I am. And one thing about planning mistakes is that you have to know yourself. I know that about myself, and I am embracing it. I am matchy-matchy. I love it here. And so that is one thing that I really don't like about my January is that my pages don't match. Like, I like it to flow. But I'm going to keep it the same way that it is because that's evidence of my growth and me learning what I like and what I don't like and learning myself. There are planning mistakes that you can make that you can't just cover up. Once it's done and you take a look at it, you may have some spreads that you say, you know what, this is not my favorite. I'm not really feeling this. And it's okay. We all have those spreads, and we all have those mistakes that we make. And it doesn't matter if you're a new planner, if you have been in the game for a while, if you are looked up to as a professional, it does not matter. You will still make planner mistakes. And it's important that we not only learn from them, but we also embrace them. When it comes to planning mistakes, there are times when you can actually tweak things. So if I did a whole spread and I just at the end of the day look at it and just don't like it, maybe I can rip it out of my planner. Maybe I can use some sticker paper, cover it up, and do a redo or a do-over. However, is that going to present the right or correct perspective to my audience, to my friends, to my family, to myself? Because the reality is some mistakes you can't just undo. And no pun intended with the undo. And so I am learning this year to tweak what I can and to leave what I can't. And be okay with it, because that is proof that I'm growing and that I'm learning. And so I wanted to touch bases with you guys about that. In the comments below, let me know if you have made planner mistakes that you have just left and you have not tried to change it. It is what it is. Let's leave it and keep it moving. And how that has really helped you. Because, you know, I feel like that is something that is really becoming a thing for me. It's really helping me to be more cognizant of who I am and taking ownership and responsibility for the mistakes that I make, whether they're large or small, and, you know, learning from them and demonstrating that in, you know, as I move forward. It's really, really important to learn as you go as a planner and as a lifelong learner, a person. You do have to learn as you go. That's what, you know, some things are things that you're going to experience. You may not have someone who has done it before you. So you're going to experience it and you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn as you go. And that's okay. Actually, that's a part of the growing process. And I do that with planning as well. I always have these ideas, you guys, when I want to try something different, like this headless doll. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? I don't want to use it because where's her head? However, the doll head on the other page that you guys are going to see me put together, I felt like she would be the perfect head to this body. But the reality is sometimes you have to do something different to get a different result. And I absolutely love it at the end. That is just like the dolls that don't have a face. And I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen it, make sure you take a chance and take a look at certain things. There are some dolls that don't have a face. And I don't know how I felt about that at the beginning. But now, after this experience with the headless doll, I'm okay with it. It gives me an opportunity to be creative and to imagine exactly who I want her to be and to work within the parameters of what she has given me. Okay, let's pause here. All right, you guys, so this is what I put together. I really like it. I think I want to put something here, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I have like some, you know, hot cocoa, the bottom part of this vase that I cut off. But I feel like, you know, I just don't want something to just be sitting there. So we'll just wait and see how it turns out. But I feel like I made it work, you guys. Let me know what you think. I love it. Thank you, Laura. So let me give y'all a close-up real quick. All right, and then we're going to fill this out. But before we do, I want to go ahead and do my page here. So let's see how we're going to set this up. And see, the issue is that I have some florals, but not a lot. So you know what? We're just going to make it work. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to work it out. All right, so let's start with this. You know what? Let's put it down here. This is just a free-for-all page, y'all. This is going to be my highlight page. So we are back like we never left. And if you guys recall, we were talking about the headless doll or the faceless dolls and how we can actually use our imagination to create whatever individual we want. And of course, some of us don't really like the faces of certain dolls. And so we get variety. And I really, really am loving that because it helps me get out of my comfort zone and out of my box. And you have to be out of your comfort zone and box in order to grow. So I feel like 2023 has already become like this year of growth for me, trying different things, doing things differently, and just embracing the experiences that I'm having. So one thing that I want to say that I am really learning this year so far is that I am trying to plan toward success this year by demonstrating knowledge of myself and self-awareness. And what I'm going to say, what I mean by that is taking into account the things that I really know about myself that may not necessarily change, that aren't necessarily bad things. So for example, I love to set goals for myself. And in the past, you guys have maybe seen videos, maybe I'll pop one here, there, everywhere, where I have said that I plan quarterly. So I'd like to go ahead and set my goals for the year, different things that I want to accomplish and do. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and plan quarterly for the things that I want to accomplish within the year so that I can break my goals down into smaller increments. Well, this year, I actually have decided to break my goals down into even smaller increments so that they can be attainable, because I am the type of person who has a shorter attention span, and I can be somewhat spontaneous and impulsive at times. And of course, you know, spontaneous is like the positive word, impulsive is kind of like the negative word. So knowing that about myself, I can usually bite off more than I can chew. And I do that in multiple aspects of my life, including setting goals for myself. And then at the end of the year, I'm looking back at the goals that I was able to accomplish, and I look at the number of goals that I set, and I'm like, you know what? You really didn't get an opportunity to do everything that you really wanted to do. And sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it's really not. But this year, when it comes to planning the life that I'm living, I want to make sure that I'm being intentional with the goals that I'm setting and that I'm actually working towards accomplishing those goals. And that means making sure that I set goals in smaller increments, but then also making sure that I check in with my goals on a more regular basis. So for example, you guys are going to get an opportunity to see in part 4 of my setup for Archer and Olive how I kind of set up my monthly goals. And one of those things is that I want to set up at least 3 to 5 goals a month that I want to accomplish. And they are all going to lead back to my goals that I've set for myself for the entire year. All right, you guys, so I wish that this matched this, but it's going to have to stay for now because I am in love with this. I feel like it is so, so cute. I just did some highlights, used my sprocket to put some pictures of January. I'm going to write down the sticker kits that I use, and then this will be done. You know, this was, you know, we were just working it out, trying to figure it out. So it's going to stay so that we can see the progression throughout the year. And then now we're going to go ahead and put some things down for the box so that we can see how our January actually went. So let's go. All right, so I did go ahead and take some things out. If I remember where they're from, I will let you guys know. I also still have some of these that I'm going to use and the washi that I'm going to sprinkle throughout. So let's get started. I actually use my everyday carry. I just put the highlights here each week, and in that way I can just go ahead and lay everything out. So let's get started. So let's start on the first. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. There we go. All right, so on the first, I really did not sleep well, but I want to start with some lace down here. And so I'm going to use this little sticker from Oh So Paper. Hopefully everything pulls up from my little sticker sheet. And I got my sticker picker-upper as well, just in case I need to move some things around. Okay, so I didn't sleep well, so I was tired. And then on the second, we can just add something. Let's do a little stamp. Okay, because I didn't have anything there. On the third, I had an appointment. Let's see. Do I have anything that says doctor's appointment? I don't think I do. But I can use these. Actually, let's put some washi down. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes, you guys. Okay, so I had an appointment then, and then we paid a bill. So let's go ahead and do this. And then I have my little pay bills girl here. So let's pull her up. And actually, I'm just going to put bill due. So that'll be perfect. All right, so I'm just going to speed us through here, you guys, because I feel like this is going to take some time. So with that being the case, stay tuned. When I go through it, I'll let you guys know where everything is from, if I remember. So the goals that I've set for myself for the entire year are not going to be like a list of 100 goals. I want to keep them not necessarily short, but I want to kind of keep them to at least 2 to 3 goals a month. So you guys got an opportunity to see in my other planner, my Archer and Olive, the 23 and 23. So this year I have 23 things that I want to accomplish. And some of the goals are really serious things that I'm working on. And some of them are whimsical, fun, entertainment things. Things that are spontaneous that's going to make the year valuable. I'm all about experiences. I love a great experience. I love to be surprised. And so with that being the case, I like to create these different goals and experiences for myself as well. And that's how I feed my love of spontaneity, surprises, and just life. And so with that being the case, I am setting 3 to 5 goals a month. And with the 3 to 5 goals that I'm setting each month, I'm going to work hard to check off 3 of those and allow myself to push 2 of them to the next month. and that will allow me to meet my goal of accomplishing all of the goals that I've set for the year. And so what I'm doing is I'm checking in every week with these goals. So, for example, when you get an opportunity to see my walkthrough of my Archer and Olive for January, which I'm thinking of doing a walkthrough on all of my planners for January, when you get an opportunity to see that, then you'll get an opportunity to see how I set my goals up and how I'm making sure that I'm checking things off of my list. And I actually set up baby steps or checklist, I should say, that I'm checking off each week in order to reach and attain that goal. So let me give you an example. One goal that I have is that I want to go ahead and do I want to have TSA pre-check. Let's say that, that's a goal of mine. I want to go ahead and have TSA pre-check. It's not something that's like mandatory. It's just a goal that I set that in 2023, I want to go ahead and make sure that I do my TSA pre-check application, do the appointment and just go ahead and do what I need to do to get that taken care of. It's good for 5 years. Let me just go ahead and do it. I've been thinking about it for a couple years, but just never did it. So this is a goal that I put in my 23 and 23. And I decided, okay, which goals am I going to accomplish the first quarter? Some of the goals are going to span the entire year, like the goal to try something new. That's going to span the entire year because, I'm gonna want to try something new at least every quarter, maybe once every quarter if possible. But something like TSA pre-check or opening a new account or something of that nature, that's not something that you're going to have to do on a regular basis. So I would go ahead and put little checklists in there. Okay, so this month I'm going to do the application. This month I'm going to schedule the appointment. This month I'm going to get this in order. And some goals may have things that you have to accomplish prior to actually being able to reach that goal. And so you definitely want to get those things taken care of as well. Let me know, you guys, if you actually are changing the way that you actually target your goals this year and if it's working for you. So far, I have noticed that I have been on top of my goals a little bit more. I have kept them before me because I'm checking in with them every month and I'm dividing them into quarters and making them a priority for a certain quarter. Okay, I want to check this off this quarter and then move to the next goal. That has really been working for me. And that's what I mean when I say knowing myself and putting that into action, knowing that I can be impulsive and knowing that I want to be intentional and focused on these goals is helping me to put them before myself in a way that is going to lead me into being successful. For example, if you know that you have really bad spending habits when it comes to traveling, then set yourself aside a budget for traveling and don't go over that. If you know that you max out credit cards, then make yourself rules when it comes to utilizing your credit cards. Only use them when you have the money and pay it right then. Certain things of that nature. So it's not a bad thing to know certain things about yourself, but work within those parameters of what you know about yourself to direct yourself in a way that's going to help you be successful. And that's what I'm working on myself. And I'm starting with my goals. I feel like that's really important, and that's going to help prepare me to be successful in all of the things that I'm working on, not only planning, but also in life. So that was my little spiel about planning and knowing myself. Also, something new that I'm doing this year is, like I said, put a vision board in my planner, in one of my planners. Very, very intentional about that because it's something that I make myself look at so that I can keep those goals before me and make them a reality. I also am taking notice of the things that I'm not doing well so far. It's January. You guys, I'm speaking to you now. It's February. Go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know something that you have already not been doing well in the year. A goal that you set for yourself and you already are like not bringing it. Like you got to get it together all the way. I'm going to share mine. One of mine is that I want to be more intentional when it comes to being focused. That's my word of the year. I want to focus in on any and everything that I'm doing. So while I'm recording a video or editing, I want to be engaged in it 100%. And that's very difficult for me because I told you guys I'm very impulsive and I'm spontaneous. And sometimes I feel like I have squirrel mentality. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Up, but when the dog sees a squirrel, it's kind of like squirrel and his attention goes to that. So that's me all day, every day. When a text message comes in, I get a message, it's like my attention is diverted. And so I'm already working hard on being focused on certain things. And I've noticed that I've dropped the ball on a few things that are really, really important to me because of squirrel mentality. It's like, okay, I'm doing this and I have to rein myself back in. All right, Krystal, girl, focus in, sis. Focus in, sis. And you will get a chance to see me leave myself little reminders throughout my planners that I look at on a daily basis to stay on top of myself, stay on top of my goal, and hold myself accountable for the things that I want to be, that I want to achieve. I got to hold me accountable. And I actually suggest and recommend that you guys do the same thing. Use your planner to help yourself hold yourself accountable as well. So, another thing that I really love about planning is it helps me to celebrate large and small moments. And you don't have to have a lot of things going on in order to celebrate. You know, in my planner, I get an opportunity to celebrate accomplishments for my friends because I want everybody to win. There was a time in my life where I was focused on me. I can tend to be selfish at times, and that does not translate to celebrating everybody else's wins instead of thinking, where am I? What am I supposed to be doing? Why is it that I have to be included in everything in order for it to be successful, in my opinion? That is just simply not the case. I don't have to be present for anything to jump off and for my friends to be successful in the things that they desire and want for their lives. I can be a bystander, I could cheer them on, and I can gain peace and happiness for just being there for them. And that's something that I've learned along the way and something that I am exuding in my personality and in my friendships and my relationships. I don't have to be there in person to have value and to demonstrate my support, you know. And so in my planner, you guys will get an opportunity to see my highlights. I am celebrating the wins of my friends, you know, as well as the wins of myself. You know, I have friends who are family planning. You know, they want to expand their families this year. I'm very excited for them. That may not be something that I want to do, but I can still be excited and happy for them and support them in that journey. I have friends who are starting new chapters. Maybe they're starting to date again or they have the desire to date again after being newly single. I have friends that, excuse me, are single and they are loving it here, you know. I'm loving it in my marriage, of course. But that doesn't mean that because I'm loving it in my marriage, I can't be happy for my friends who are loving it in their singleness. Also, I have friends as well who are growing and expanding and learning beyond the help that I could give. And so I get an opportunity to help them press forward and to grow and to reach their full potential. And sometimes that includes them moving on from endeavors that they once felt were imperative and supporting them with that. Um, Knowing that it's very important for us to realize that we all have to support each other. That's a part of life. And it makes us joyful and happy. It makes me very, very excited and happy when I get to celebrate in the wins of my friends, and they in turn can genuinely celebrate in my wins as well. And so I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving it here. So, you guys, I feel like this was kind of like a Krystal talk, not really a TED talk. I feel like I went on a rant and I started talking about some deeper things because sometimes I feel like I can get a little deep. I can also be really silly. But realizations for myself is really, really important because I feel like that's going to help me grow as not only a planner, but also a person in a planner community. And I want to connect with you guys a little bit more, share a little bit more of myself. Sometimes I talk with a lot of authority. My friends always laugh and say, oh, Krystal thinks she knows everything. No, Krystal knows she does not know everything, but I am confident in what I do know. And sometimes I can be wrong. And I don't have a problem saying I was wrong about that, you guys. Um, let's, recalibrate, because that's another word that I'm working on this year. Recalibrating, focus in when it comes to myself so that I can grow and be a better version. So in this video, you guys are going to get an opportunity to see me. One thing that I'm working on, especially when I'm planning, is to point out to you guys the things that I'm really not loving right away and the things that I'm really loving. The adjustments that I have to make in order to continue to love my spreads and to love my planning style and to grow as a planner. And my planning style is going to change as well, but I want to welcome that change. So you guys see me use different size stickers. I am in this phase now where I am really loving the deco. I'm here for the deco stickers. The deco and the dolls, give it to me. Please. Please. And so now I have to realize the balance between the two, because some people will think the doll stickers and the deco stickers are the same, but they're really not the same. And you guys see, there's a planner mistake that I made. I used the sticker and I had to cover it up, so you guys are going to see. And then I decided to scrap the sticker altogether because, girl, you just ruined it. Now, I do want to tell you guys, I do get gas more than once a month. During the pandemic, I only got gas once a month. And so now, since, we outside, I am getting gas more than once a month. However, I just documented it once this month, but usually my gas trips take about, twice a month. So every 2 weeks. And so I just wanted to go ahead and lay that down. All of these events that I went to, the parties, I didn't plan them all. I was invited to some of them. I have really, really awesome friends, and we all take turns when it comes to planning different events and getting together. And so I did do the mini planner party at my house because you guys know I love it there. However, some of the other things that I attended, I was included in. And I want to try different experiences. I want to try every month to experience something new that I've never done before. I've never visited Top Golf or played Top Golf or played golf, period, not even putt-putt. So that was a different experience for me. I am not really like a sports type of girl. I love sports, but as far as playing sports, the only thing I've ever really been good at was volleyball, and I never stuck to it because, girl, I was getting bruised and I just couldn't. So I learned that I actually really like golf, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I feel like with a little more practice, I might really like it. And so that was a new one. That was a surprise to me. Um, you guys are going to get an opportunity to see, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw that I went axe throwing. That was my first time doing that. My husband is a country boy. I call him that all the time. And so, he did, he did well with axe throwing. I mean, you know, he chopped wood using an axe as a young kid, a teenager, for the family. So I kind of expected him to be good. But what I didn't expect is for me to like it, um, and try to work on my technique. So this year, I said all that to say, this year, 2023, has already started off really, really good. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning new things. I am admitting to my planning mistakes and learning from them, loving them, and making the changes that are necessary in order for me to grow. And I'm excited to be on this journey and share this with you guys. I want to, um, you know, be more transparent when it comes to letting you guys know what's going on with Krystal. You guys, this video may seem like it's all over the place because you'll hear me talk in real time about the spread, and then you get an opportunity to hear voiceover Krystal rant and rave about this, that, and the third. If you like these type of videos, please let me know. Make sure you comment down below and say, hey girl, keep talking, I'm here with you. But if these videos are just getting a little too much and you like, girl, just play some music so that we can watch, I don't want to hear what you got to say, let me know that too. Because comments are comments are comments. Okay? So I want to know what you guys want to hear about. I want to know what you guys are liking. If you want my conversations to be a little more centered instead of, covering everything, let me know. If there are things that you want me to touch on while I'm doing these voiceovers, sis, bro, in the comments, let your girl know. I have been letting you guys know a couple things about me when it comes to things that I really like. And I hope that this affords us an opportunity to get to know each other a little better. Because friend, yes, we trying to be together, okay? Not just in person, but also online. I'm trying to let y'all get to know me just a little bit. So, I am loving this pink. It's like pink all up in your face, okay? I'm loving it. And to be honest with you, when I think about January, I don't really get pink vibes, but I'm realizing that I'm a pink girl. I've never been a pink girl before, but I'm loving it here. And so we're going to see how this turns out, but I'm going to challenge myself because that's what I do. And I'm going to try to incorporate other colors within my spreads this year. So one of them is black. I want to do an all black spread. If anybody wants to collab with me with the all black monthly, holla at your girl. Somebody. Reach out. I'm here. I think that's it for now. I will chat with you guys a little bit later. All right, you guys. So one thing that I have to remember is that this is a B6. So it looks super, super crowded. It is not like my A5 monthly. So in the future, what I probably will do is not put so many things down. I would kind of like leave a little bit of white space. But I still love it. It is crowded, but it is mine. And I really like it. So I have quite a few things going on this month. I had a restless night. I just put a sticker here, like a stamp here for deco. I had some appointments. I had some bills to pay. I had some Amazon deliveries. I did a silhouette day with my sister, and we like cut and print like stickers, created stickers. My niece did a takeover. I did mani-pedi. I had a lunch with a friend on my day off. I did a Michael's run, which I probably should have had some the books there instead of the bags, but it's fine. Dentist appointment, payday. I had my dining room table delivered. I had my dining room table put up. I had a girls' night, which you guys saw. We did hot pot that night. I had my roof replaced this month. I did some laundry. I renewed my P.O. box. I had a paint and sip party. I went to Top Golf. You saw that on Instagram as well. I had a planner session. Got some gas. Payday again. Ulta run, rest, and then I filmed and edited a few videos as well throughout the month. I think it turned out so cute. January was really a full month. I enjoyed it, and I love the splashes of pinks and browns and rose gold foil. Everything came together really nicely. So in this video, we put both of those together. I will get an opportunity to write down the sticker kits that I use for the month of January, and I love how I added some pictures to my highlights just so I can remember what took place. And I think I'm gonna be a little bit better next month when it comes to February and having things a little more cohesive. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe to Krystal Klear Ideas, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Your eyes tell me that you don't wanna leave just yet. No, my eyes agree. It's almost like when we first met. Oh.